you're doing alright. Let me go ahead and turn up my mic volume. Seems like it's a little on the quiet end. Let's perhaps bring it closer. Excuse me. My allergies have been acting up, so I have a little bit of a cough. Let me get my Switch controller untangled. I have it plugged in right now because I don't know what the battery's at, and I want to make sure it stays charged. But, as the name indicates, we are going to be streaming Dragon Quest I. I suppose you could say it's been a good comfort game to me. Life's been a little stressful lately, so I figured, as much as I love Trails of Cold Steel 2, I'd much rather play a game that's just kind of comforting to me. So, that's exactly what we're gonna do. Let me go ahead and stop the music. God, I love Xenoblade music. Where did all those YouTube notifications come from? Okay, it's just people posting stuff. Alright. Let's go ahead and open the game, and let me get the game capture screen up for you guys. Let me turn the game audio up as well. And that should be alright. Oh, I forgot. I meant to turn down the audio from my TV, so that way you guys aren't getting an echo. That classic fanfare. Audio popping is real annoying, though. Again, there isn't really much I can do to help that. It just happens. Oh? I think it'll stop after some time has passed, so that's good. Let me move the mic closer, turn it up a little. I'm sitting a little further away from the mic than usual. So if you need me to turn it up or turn the game audio down, just let me know. Yeah. And of course, since we're beginning the new adventure, let's just go ahead and listen to the amazing song. Spike Chunsoft, you guys are my bros. I love you. You can't see it, but I'm just swaying back and forth to the music. I love the Dragon Quest theme. It's so good. Hell yeah. Alright, and of course we're going to go ahead and create a new one. Let me actually go ahead and delete one. Let's go ahead and delete this one. And yeah. So should I go with my regular name or should I go with Erdrick? I think I'll go with my regular name since it doesn't do anything fun when you name him Erdrick in this. It does do it in Dragon Quest 3 though, and that's fun. Alright, and I think 5's a good speed. I don't like having it too fast. Jacob, scion of the bloodline of Erdrick, hero of legend, long have I awaited thy coming. In the days of yore, thy revered ancestor did receive the almighty goddess, the Sphere of Light. By its power was our world rid of the menace which did beset it. Yet alas, some few years past, there did arise a new threat, the Dragon Lord. With his cunning, he did steal away the Sphere of Light from us, plunging the land into darkness once more. Should this state of affairs be suffered to continue, the night must surely take unrelenting hold and our realm perish. So I say unto thee, Jacob, of the bloodline of heroes, vanquish the accursed Dragon Lord and reclaim the Sphere of Light. In the chest or yonder wilt thou find items to aid thee on thy quest. Take what thou wilt, with my blessing. Partake thee also of the wisdom of those loyal subjects gathered here in my throne room. Doubt not but that their knowledge will serve thee as well as any shield. May the goddess guide thee to victory, and return thee unto us ere long, brave Jacob. I thank you, good sir. Let's go ahead and start by opening these chests. 120 gold, nice. Ooh, a torch, those will be nice. And a magic key, we need that actually. Dost thou know aught of poor Princess Gwaelin? I do personally, but we're gonna say Jacob in the game doesn't. Princess Gwaelin is the sole heir of His Majesty the King. Since the untimely death of Her Majesty the Queen, Gwaelin hath been our beloved ruler's sole source of comfort. Alas, a half-year prior to this day, foul monsters saw fit to tear the princess from the bosom of we, her people. His Majesty speaketh not of the tragedy, but 'tis plain the loss doth pain him deeply. Brave Jacob, I beg of thee, deliver the princess from her plight. God, I love how dramatic this is. It's like reading a Shakespeare play, and I adore it. To the east of the castle lieth a sizable settlement. Therein shalt thou find establishments offering weapons and armor, which will serve thee well upon the battlefield. Shouldst thou ever come to harm in battle, lay thy head to rest at the inn. Thy wounds will be healed ere thou wakest. If thou hast partaken of the contents of each chest, thou shalt by now have found a magic key. Use this key to open yonder door, and thou shalt lose it forever. Yet use it thou must. For beyond that door, thine adventure begins in earnest. Indeed. And as you can see in our inventory, we no longer have the magical key. So yeah, that's the thing about keys in this game. You can only use them once. So, yeah. If thou wouldst rejoin thy quest from a point of thy choosing, thou must needs record thy deeds in an adventure log. Well, thank you for letting me know, good sir. If thou wouldst rest from thy quest for a while, okay. Do they say the same thing? In days of yore, lo, the fair city of Tantejo was a veritable fairground, wherein the merrymakers of the world did play. And yet now we are beset on all sides by foul fiends, when the golden days are no more. Sweet memory. So, seems like everyone's come across quite a bit of trouble. Oh, princess, where art thou? Could it be that the foul fiends who took thee have taken thy young life also? Nay, we must not surrender to despair. Makoto Naegi? Brave Jacob, I prithee, forget all that I said. Henceforth, hope, and hope alone, shall guide me. God, that really is just Makoto speaking. Alright, oh, medicinal herb, nice. Nothing. Alright, hey, I just wanted to check. If thou questeth in caves or dungeons dank, a torch or two will serve thee well, friend. It is in the places where the darkest doth penetrate most deeply that the fiends do throng thickest. God, I love reading this dialogue out loud. It's so fun. Oh, Princess Gwaelin. Man, everyone's troubled by her disappearing, it would seem. When dark doth spread across the land, light shall return by Erdrick's hand. O almighty goddess, we pray that the ancient teachings hold true. May thy light shine upon brave Jacob's quest. It's so awkward to refer myself in third person, but you know what? Screw it. We're having fun with this. This is my comfort game, damn it. I ply the trade of the traveling merchant. Lo, countless of our brotherhood are fallen at the hands of roaming beasts of late. Full many friends have I lost. Merely to speak of them bringeth tears to mine eyes. Yeah, like I said, it's a lot of trouble around here. Didst thou hear the rumors? No. They speak of a town laid to ruin by marauding monsters. Oh, damn. Well, hang on. What happens when you say it? Yes. Verily, they are shocking, are they not? Yeah, I would have to agree. And we can't open that because we don't have any keys. We used the only key we did to get out of the king's room. He literally basically threatened us with isolation. It's like, use this goddamn magic key or I swear to the gods I will smite thee down faster than you can say Erdrick's name. Thy first priority must ever be to hone thy skills by battling beasts. As thou gainest experience, thy level shall increase, and so too shall thy might. Oh yeah, this is a grindy game, but that's kind of why I like it. Would that I might pass all the remaining days of my life alone with my beloved. Yet the knowledge that a monster might rob us of this simple joy at any moment weigheth heavy upon my mind. Yeah, that is kind of a depressing thought. To be alone with my beloved is to forget all that threateneth this world. But alas, I cannot put our plight entirely from my thoughts. For my lover informs me that, were our world to be destroyed, our love too must surely perish. Yeah, but I mean, if the world was to be destroyed, it wouldn't really matter, because he'd be dead. No door may be opened without a key, but alas, 'tis the curse of the magic key to crumble into dust after but a single use. So, if the magic keys are cursed, are they implying that this curse was placed upon the keys by the Dragon Lord or something? I'm not sure exactly how that works. Also, I've never really paid attention to this, but that is amazing sprite work. Like, in traditional games, you see these guards, the guy holding the spear, and they're both holding the spears in their right hands. But, like, in a lot of classic games, like the original Zelda, for instance, they would be the same sprite, just reversed. That's why, like, Link in the original Zelda holds the sword in both his right and left hand, depending on what direction you're facing. Because all they did was reverse the sprites instead of drawing entirely new sprites. But here you can see they actually drew new sprites. So it's like, you gotta admire that. Like, say what you will about this visual, the art style, but that's a good attention to detail. The castle of Tantagel bids thee welcome, wanderer. Okay, and he says the same thing. Alright, I don't think... Okay, we have some money. I don't think we have much in the way of equipment, though. Yeah, we have literally nothing equipped. The castle town of Tantagel bids thee welcome, wanderer. Well, thank you very much. Welcome unto thee, friend. Prithee make thy way into the premises and state thy business o'er the counter. That I will do. Thou art welcome, wanderer, in this humble armory. How, pray, may we be of use to thee this day? Which of our fine items tickleth thy fancy? I'm going to go ahead and start with the most basic equipment. We're going to grab a bamboo spear. For this exquisite article, we ask a mere 10 gold coins. Will thou part with this modest sum? I absolutely will, and will equip right away. But of course thou wilt. Wherefore wouldst thou purchase such a treasure only for it to remain unused? And we get the bamboo spear. Yes, we want to go ahead and buy another piece of armor. And let's see. So if I buy this, that'll leave me with enough money to get the shield, right? Because, yeah, 190. That'll leave me with just enough money to get the shield. So yeah, let's get plain clothes. And then let's go ahead and buy the leather shield. Oh wait, whoops, I didn't mean to... Did I accidentally press sell? Yeah, I did. Okay. And I believe we've maxed out everything we can get for now. We can't buy any more items, but... We already got a medicinal herb from the castle, so we're good there. Attack 9 and defense 8. Good start. Many a courageous young adventurer hath set forth from Tantagel town. Alas, nary one of them hath returned. I cannot help but fear that we are allowing thee to go forth to thy doom, Jacob. I mean, I'll do what I can. I'm a wandering merchant, hailing originally from fair Gallenholm. 'Tis a handsome settlement far to the north of here, and west along the coast. Lands twixt here and there are home to monstrous multitudes who hesitate not to make a meal of unwary wanderers. Verily, 'tis a miracle that I arrived here in possession of my beloved life. Yeah, it would seem so. Hello there! I hope you enjoy the stream. It's just a nice, chill RPG stream. Wherever the path of adventure leadeth thee, beware of bridges. For verily, beyond each bridge wilt thou find evermore fierce and fearsome beasts. So basically, the game's just saying, hey, if you see a bridge, don't cross it until you're confident in your level. Within these stout walls, thy gold and thy treasures shall ever be safe. What, pray, might thy pleasure be this day? I don't need this yet, but it's good to know it's there. Beware the poisonous marshes, friend. Shouldst thou attempt to cross them when thou art not in full good health, misery and death shall be thy sole reward. Oh, Chimera Wing, nice. I think that'll bring us back to town if we need it. It's good to use, in a dungeon if you're just stuck. Nay, nay, thou art mistaken. I am not the fair Princess Gwaelin. Though the comparison doth flatter me greatly. Oh, thou art silver-tongued indeed, my lord. Very well, take me with thee. And she will now follow us around until we leave town. Thou art of the bloodline of the mighty Erdrick, thou sayest? Hast thou proof? No. If thou art truly descended from Erdrick, thou must needs bear proof of thy birthright. Well, I guess we'll have to do that later. Welcome, friend. Welcome unto thee. Prithee make thy way inside, and we shall be delighted to assist thee. I believe this is just the item shop. We have no money, so we can't do anything there. To the south there lieth a great fortress shrouded in mist. Mayhap thou hast espied it on thy travels. Well, stray not near it, for 'tis the home of the Dragon Lord, though merely to mention his name doth strike fear into my heart. Alright, my dude. Be careful, I guess? I don't know. I'm the one going after him. I don't know what you're scared about. Friend, hast thou heard? I have not. Yea, 'tis said that in a town far distant from this place, magic keys are sold as though they grew on the very trees. Oh, we'll have to keep that in mind then. I am engaged in the study of methods for the removal of curses. Shouldst thou ever find thyself afflicted, prithee seek me out, and I shall be glad to aid thee. I'll keep that in mind. Okay, nothing in there. Hast thou heard tell of the great bard Galen? They say he took his beloved lyre unto his grave. Oh, to have heard him play. Oh, well that's unfortunate. Anyway, grinding time. Here is where the majority of the game will take place. Out here in the overworld where we go and fight monsters. Oh, a cheese slime right off the bat. Okay. Oh, we might need to turn up the text speed. Can we do that in the configuration menu? Let's check that. Settings, yeah, message speed. Let's go ahead and go with 4 should be a little better. I felt like 5 was a little slow. Okay, yeah, that's better. Alright, we'll slowly make our way up in terms of gold. Yeah, now it's just chill grinding time. We're just gonna pretty much be hanging out during the stream and, I don't know, making progress where appropriate. I've already technically played this on my YouTube channel. I played the NES version for a while, but I don't know. I like the original NES version, but I think I like this more because of the mostly the upgrade in music quality. It's also a little easier to grind in, so it makes it not as slow. Alright, I don't know how far we are from leveling up, but I know that it definitely doesn't take as long in this as it did in the NES version. Oh, wow. Level up right off the bat. Like I said, it did not take long. Alright, strength increased by 2. HP by 6. Okay. No MP yet, but that's alright. We'll get there. How much gold do we have? 14, okay. Definitely not enough for what we need. I want to try grinding so we can get the better armor. Alright, I was just checking something real quick. This brings me back. I know this is definitely not exactly the most engaging gameplay, but I really needed just a nice comfort chill game to play on stream. Because I wanted to stream, but life's been stressful enough, and Trails of Cold Steel 2 tends to be a bit of a stressful game, so I decided I'd play something I'm a little more familiar with. And something that's not as mentally taxing either. Like, I love Trails of Cold Steel, don't get me wrong. That game is fantastic. But I really needed something that I could just kind of play without thinking too much. Just something that we could, you know, just hang out and enjoy. That sound popping is getting annoying, though. Let's see if we can change that. I swear this happens every stream. Alright, OBS, you can cooperate. Alright, let's see. How does this sound? There's a little bit of stuttering. The real test is whether there's an audio delay. Okay, yeah, there's definitely an audio delay. So we're gonna go ahead and change it back. And that should do the trick. Alright, this should be a little better. I don't hear the audio popping now, so that's good. That's always a good sign. Alright. We're slowly making our way back to the amount of gold we want. That's good. Man, I know this is MIDI, but I love the sound of those strings. I think for this playthrough, I'd like to try to get to max level. I've beaten the game before, so it's like there's no rush to get to the end of the game. So we'll probably just hang out and do a lot of grinding, honestly. Sorry for going silent there. I got like almost hypnotized by the movement of the overworld. I think it's like the sprite work that got me. It's like the sprite patterns and everything. It's like, ooh, mesmerizing. Alright, we're on our way. I usually don't progress from this part of the map until we're around level 7. Although since we want to get to max level, I might even wait a little longer and get to level 10. Alright, strength up by 2, agility up by 2, resilience by 1. I think resilience is defense. HP up by 2, MP up by 4, and got the heal spell. Nice. I wish I could use my Joy-Cons, but I have terrible Joy-Con drift on my Switch. Because, like, I love using them because it just allows you to relax your arms while you play. But I'm using my Pro Controller, which I absolutely love. My Pro Controller is great. But I do like the luxury of being able to just relax your arms while you're playing. And just being able to put them wherever you want. But like I said, my Joy-Cons have terrible drift, so I can't really play much with them. I forgot how much I missed streaming for my Switch. I've been playing so much on my PS4 that I just haven't been giving my Switch much attention. Oh, Draki. Damn. Counting you guys already? Andy's dead that fast. This version really is easier than the NES version. I feel like if I was playing the NES version, that would have taken at least 2 turns. I mean, I don't mind. Like I said, we're just literally playing this because it's a nice, casual game to just stream with. It's nice and chill, and where are we at in gold? Okay, 64, not bad. Are we gonna hit 69? That'd be cool. I think we might end up passing it, though. Knowing my luck. We'll check, though. Alright, 65, 66. Yeah, if we're getting even number gold, we're not gonna get there. But hey, a guy can hope. Someone who's very immature, though, apparently. Man, we have the weakest weapon, and we're still killing these guys in one hit. This really is easier than the NES version. Oh yeah, we passed 69. That's a bummer. I like the image of just going around and bashing these guys with a pole. Because that's what we have. It's not a very strong weapon, but apparently it's strong enough to kill these guys in one shot. Makes me feel bad for them, almost. I mean, look at how cute those little slimes are. I blame Akira Toriyama for that a lot when playing Dragon Quest games. Some enemy designs are just way too cute. It's like, oh, I don't want to kill you. But then you do anyway because you need the XP. That's how it goes in my experience anyway. This coffee needs to kick in, man. I'm tired. Like I said, it's been a bit stressful lately, so I really did just need a nice wind down kind of game. Ichiban would be proud. Gotta love that guy. That's another game I'll play on stream eventually. I'm just gonna wait until I do New Game Plus though, because I can't play Yakuza unless my girlfriend's home, because she's following the story along with me, and I don't want to progress it without her being able to see it. Oh, level 4 already. Dang. Oh, Sizz? Nice. And, wow, this really is easier than the NES version of the game. Also, is Neo The World Ends With You out already, or was that the demo? I think it's the demo, because I've heard that like people are releasing music on YouTube from the demo, so that's probably what that is. I still need to play the original. I have it both on the Switch and my DS, but I'm probably going to play the DS one more because from what I tried of the Switch version, the controls don't really jive with me all that well. I just don't play my 3DS enough. Man, at this rate, we're going to make level 10 in no time, guys. My goodness. Honestly, we might beat this game pretty quickly. I know that when I first got these remakes for the game, it only took me 2 play sessions to beat this game. Like, it did not take me long at all. I think it was like a 5-hour playtime total. It's not a long game at all. I mean, the NES version is significantly longer because it takes a lot more XP to level up, but you know, like I said, this is just a nice casual game. I feel like this version of the game is almost, not necessarily abridged, but simplified by comparison to just kind of make it more of a casual game, so you're not spending all your time grinding and not making any progress. And we'll have the gold we need in no time. My goodness. I might stop by the inn after the next level up, just so that way we can get our HP and MP up to max. Because we should have a fair amount of MP by now. I think, let me see, like, wasn't the first increase like 4 and the second 6, so that should have us at 10, right? Yeah, wow, I actually mathed that correctly. I'm surprised I remembered the actual increases. Maybe I'm focusing more than I thought I was. This really is the perfect chill game to play. I've got a cup of coffee at my side, got my headphones plugged in, just hanging out. It's a real nice experience. Okay, wow, we're already in the triple digits in gold. I feel like we only just started grinding, and we've only been playing for half an hour. Man, my last stream was like, or my last Dragon Quest stream was like well over an hour, and we only barely got what we needed, I think. Or I had to save some things for later, something like that. Yeah, after playing the NES version, this one definitely feels much more streamlined. Or not streamlined, necessarily, but just, it doesn't take long for you to get the gold you need. Or XP for that matter. Oh shit. That didn't do much, but for once an enemy attacked us. How often does that happen? Yeah, I re-downloaded Dragon Quest 2, so we can just go through the whole trilogy together. And, long story short, I deleted it because the end of the game annoyed me to no end, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and give the game another try after we beat this one. Because, like, I did beat the original, but I had such a hard time towards the end that I just couldn't stand it anymore. But, honestly, all that frustration put aside, it really is a good game. And it's really on my mind now because I just watched the completionist video on it. And it made me look at the game in a new light. It's like, yeah, for as much of the archaic, or as much of an archaic nature as it has, it did a lot for the JRPG genre. Like, it did a lot to move the genre forward. And playing this is definitely reminding me why I love this series. If I had more time, I think we could totally end up beating it in one sitting, but unfortunately I work tomorrow, so that's a thing that can't be done. But tomorrow's a short work day, so I'll probably be able to come back and get back to this in no time. I would love to try beating this game in one sitting, though. I imagine it would take a while, but I think we could totally pull it off. Like I said earlier, it's not a long game, and my original playthrough only took me about 5 hours. And sorry for a lack of commentary. There's not much to talk about when you're just grinding. Yeah. I guess whether or not I come back to this game tomorrow will ultimately depend on how the day goes. If it's another stressful day like it has been, then we'll come back. But if it's been surprisingly chill, we might get back to Trails of Cold Steel too. Just glancing at something real quick. Alright. Whoops. It didn't matter, but I pressed B because I was playing my PS4 earlier, so I have the controller layouts of the Switch and PS4 mixed up. So I pressed B button thinking it was the X button. Ooh, you know it might be another fun game to play? The Xenoblade. I think we still need to do Xenoblade, or New Game Plus for Xenoblade 1. It's not my Switch though, and I have to dig it out of the box. I don't have the energy for that crap. I still have all my games packed away in a box because my girlfriend and I moved to Cincinnati for a while last year, and at the beginning of this year. And then around April, we're like, you know what, we're done with this crap, let's move back to Oregon. So, we moved back to Oregon, and all my games are still in a box. Because, I mean, I don't really have anywhere to put them. The bookshelf I used to have for them is being used by someone else, and I'm like, you know, you can keep that bookshelf, I'll figure something else out. And I haven't done so yet. It's just a matter of getting another one at some point. I mean, they're not hard to find. Like, who buys a bookshelf? It's like, I can't imagine they'd be sold out. We're still level 4, right? Yeah. Oh shit, we're at 200 gold. Dude, we might be able to actually buy all the equipment we need. But like I said, I don't want to stop grinding until we're around level 5. Man, I was really hoping to get to level 5 in that fight and be like, oh wow, check out that timing. Well, I still have a fair amount of coffee left. Well, looks like Corey's playing Monster Hunter Stories demo. Unless it's already out. I've not been keeping up with game releases. The only game releases I'm really concerned about are Danganronpa Decadence and Shin Megami Tensei 5. Oh shit, speaking of 5, nice. So let's go ahead and rest. And then we'll see what equipment we can grab. You know, for being MIDI, that flute sound font sounds really good. It sounded surprisingly realistic. Alright, let's see, what can we get? So an open club increases our attack by 2, but this increases our attack by 8? Yeah, that's 8. Let's see. I feel like that's more worth the investment for right now. Now let's go ahead and sell the... wait, we have 2 of these? When did we get 2? Alright, and we're good. Time to go out and do more grinding so we can get that last piece of armor. We don't need much gold, we only need 70, so it won't take long at all to get that last piece of armor. And after that, we can head north and start fighting some of the harder enemies. Then we'll have a lot of gold to grind for because the weapons in the next town are very expensive. Jeez, look how much more damage we're dealing. Just getting that one sword made a massive difference. Yeah, see, look at that. We're already almost at the amount of gold we need. I think I might do a little more grinding, though, so we can start buying more medicinal herbs. Every time I hear this overworld theme, it gets Brental Floss's Dragon Warrior with the lyrics song stuck in my head. He kind of dogs on this game in that song, but it's still a good song. And his points are valid. This game is very slow, specifically the NES version. It is very slow. Like I said, we're just like barely over half an hour of the stream, and we've already made more progress than like we did in the NES version at this point. I don't even think we had the shield at this point when we were streaming the NES version. Don't shoot me. I forgot, how much gold are we at now? Yeah, let's get up to like 120. Then we'll go back, buy the upgraded armor, and then see what how many medicinal herbs we can buy. I also might buy a spare torch as well. It's so interesting watching this game because it's like it's a fascinating experience seeing how much this game influenced like every other RPG that came out after it. I can't imagine. Okay, yeah. I was like, I can't imagine we got to 120 gold in that short amount of time. But I thought we'd check anyway. Man, this overworld theme is beautiful. I love it. That's another big thing I love about this game. Like, the music, as much as the music composer is a terrible person, he did a good job with the soundtrack. Okay, yeah, we're still a long ways from where we need to be. You know what I'm really excited for? The Pixel remakes of Final Fantasies 1 through 6. Because it looks like they're not just straight up ports of the original remakes of the game. Like, it looks like they're fully redone sprite work of the game, and I'm really excited to see how that's gonna look. And I'm also wondering what version of the music they're going with. Like, are they going with the original 8 bits, or like maybe the PS1 version of the music, or I don't know. I'm excited to see what they do with it. I think the remake version of Final Fantasy 1 comes out in just a few weeks, and I am very hyped. It would be nice to get it on console, but I'm okay with it being on Steam. Speaking of Steam, there's a massive sale going on there right now, and a good majority of the Ys series is on sale. I would highly recommend getting it. It's very good. And if you like Legend of Zelda, I think you'd find something to appreciate in that series. Okay, we're at the Golden Age. Let's go ahead and get that new armor, then check out the item shop. So yeah, we need another suit. And then let's go ahead and sell the plain clothes. Alright, now let's check out the item shop. We haven't been in here yet. Large welcome, wanderer, in this our humble item shop. How pray may we be of service to thee this day? A purchase, in which of our fine items pray hath tickled thy fancy? Okay, let's see. What does a dragon scale do? Is that like a piece of armor? I've never actually bought it. Oh, shit, we've got 69 gold. Huh. Gotta take a screenshot. Let's see. Let's buy a spare torch. Then we'll buy an additional medicinal herb. And honestly, I've never gotten the dragon scale. What does that do? Oh, you equip it? What does it do, though? Does that increase our defense at all? I don't think so. Either way, I think it's a good time to talk to the king and save, and might as well see how long it'll take to level up in the meantime. Alright, let's see. Oh, haha! Another screenshot. Alright. Now we've got full set of armor, we've got an additional medicinal herb. We have a spare torch as well, so let's continue on our adventure and head further north. And now we're going to start encountering some stronger enemies, too. I mean, that's a poor example, but whatever. Oh, and here's our first cave. Here we go. New enemy. We're still gonna kill it in one shot. But there's a new enemy. Give us a fair amount of XP and gold. And here is what we use torches for. Doesn't provide much light, but it definitely helps. I love this arrangement of the dungeon music. It sounds great. It's like perfectly sinister and I love it. Oh, hello, Dragon Tile. I wonder if that's indicative of our enemy. He is the Dragon Lord after all. And playing this is kind of making me want to give Dragon Quest Builders another try. I tried it once, like a long time ago, but never made much progress. The following message is etched into its surface. I am Erdrick. Hear me well, bearer of my blood, heir to my destiny. If you would reach the evil island visible from Tantagel's shore, you will require the 3 sacred artifacts. Gather them, and you may yet cross to that accursed isle, and destroy the source of all evil as I too did so long ago. Before my passing, I entrusted the 3 objects to the 3 great sages. If the fates have been kind, their descendants guard them still. When evil rules the ill-starred isle once more, gather the hallowed triad and strike a blow for the cause of light. No doubt, those of the line of sages await you somewhere in this world. Seek them out. Blood of my blood, child of my children, go forth and fulfill your destiny. Well, sounds like our quest objective has been hiding within this cave for us, kind of specific, but maybe it's, my theory is that the reason it's etched in here is so that way if there's anyone who, dared to, like, travel this way, like, anyone working for the Dragon Lord specifically, they wouldn't be able to find that, and they wouldn't know that a descendant of Erdrick was on the way. So the fact that we did encounter monsters in there leads me to believe that maybe there's some sort of magical protection over the cave. So maybe it's just making sure the Dragon Lord doesn't get in there to uncover what's about to happen. That's just my theory, though. A game theory. Alright, well we got a shit ton more grinding to do, so let's get to it. We have a lot of gold to get before we can get the armor from this next town. And like I said, I was originally going to try getting to level 10 before leaving the starting area, but you know what? Screw that. We're just going to grind against the enemies up here. Alright, let me check something real quick. Oh, okay. And those guys give us a fair amount of gold. I like it. Because we're going to need all the gold we can get. And do not cross that bridge. I mean, I doubt anyone's going to be using this for reference as a Let's Play, but don't cross that bridge yet. I've done that before. It's basically instant death if you walk there at this low level. Like, we're a long way from being able to get there. I'm so tired, but man, I am enjoying playing this game again. It's like, I beat this game over a year ago, so it's like, it's nice to come back and revisit it. Has it been over a year? I think it's been. Because, like, yeah, it has to have been. Because excuse me, I got this when the re-releases were new. And I think it was before my girlfriend and I were living together. So it's even longer than that. I think it's been like 2 years since I beat this. Yeah, it's been about 2 years, because this came out in 2019, I think. Well, this version of the game, not the actual version of the game. You know what I mean. And I adore the Dragon Quest series. Like, I can see why Ichiban in Yakuza loves this so much. Because it really is just a very pleasant experience, especially for people who are just dealing with trouble in life. Because I feel like this game kind of inspires courage in a way. And that's why Ichiban is the way he is in Yakuza. It's like he grew up on these games, and it really instilled a lot of really important morals into him. And see, look at that sprite work. If that was the original Zelda, this dude would be holding the sword in both his hands. But no, they put the attention to detail in the sprite work and made it to where it's not just the reverse of another sprite. They're both completely different sprites, and I love that. There really is a lot of, like, people kind of shit on these ports because they're just ports of the mobile version of the game, but there's really a lot of love that went into this, and I appreciate it a lot. It's like, it's such a short, simple game, but I love every minute I've played of this game. I think the only time I didn't have as much fun was during the final dungeon because I got really lost. But even then, it's not that I wasn't having fun. I still enjoyed it. It was just a little more tiresome to get through. Though we're a ways away from that point, so we can just kind of have a bit of a leisurely experience going through here. And check that out, we already have triple digit gold again. That's nice. Something I wish they included in this game, or maybe they did and I just totally forgot, was I wish they included something like the magic key from the original Zelda, where, like, once you get to a certain point in the game, you don't need magic keys. Well, actually, now that I think about it, I think you get a spell in this game that lets you do that, where you don't need to get the disposable keys anymore, and you can just use a spell to unlock any door. Or am I thinking of Dragon Quest II? I guess we'll find out. That's a surefire sign to explain that it's been a long time since I played this. At least played this to completion, that is. It's definitely not a blind playthrough, but it's certainly been a bit since I played this. A ghost! Like Zoink Scoob. That sounded more like Goofy than Shaggy. Alright. Okay, mandate gold, nice. And we are level 6. Not bad. If I recall, I think the max level in this version of the game is 30, so I do want to definitely try getting there before the end of the game. I think in my original file, I beat this game at like level 20 or something. All I know is that I wasn't that high leveled, but I don't think... I was definitely overpowered enough to be killing most things in 1 or 2 shots. So much freaking damage, man. These things don't stand a chance. I'm excited to get back to Dragon Quest II, because I really want to give that game another proper try. Because, like, up until the last quarter of the game or so, I was having a blast. It's a fantastic game. but then the end of the game just punches you in the face and goes, ha ha. Yeah, compared to this game, Dragon Quest II has so much more story. Like, it's insane. Alright, so I'm just getting my hair untangled from my headphones. I have really long hair, and it gets very unruly. Every battle I get into, I take a sip of coffee. Unless we get into a battle, like, soon. Like now. I won't take a sip of coffee now, but... for the most part, if I find it necessary, I'll stop and take a sip. And what's our max stats? 37 and 17. Okay. I don't feel like that warrants a visit to the inn. I'm glad it's still early in the night. It is so awkward that I had today off, but I still work tomorrow. I had a bit of a schedule change just for this past week, where my schedule is usually Sunday through Wednesday, and then I have 3 days off. But this week, it was Sunday through Monday, and then I had today off, and then I go back in tomorrow for Wednesday, and then after that my schedule goes back to normal. So it's kind of awkward having that one day off in the middle. But, it's nothing out of the ordinary. Like, it doesn't change much. Regardless of whether or not I work, I still stay up super late, so it doesn't matter all that much. Oh, you don't notice me. Huh. Alright, there goes the last of my coffee. It's an unfortunate casualty, but it's bound to happen during these streams. I still have water, I just need to grab it. It's not far from where I'm sitting either. I'm just lazy. Playing this game while my Switch controller is plugged into the charger is like giving me vibes of the days when controllers were all wired. How weird is it that we live in an age where controllers or wireless controllers are the norm? Because I remember being a kid, and a friend of mine had a wireless adapter for his GameCube, and I thought it was the coolest crap ever. I'm like, dude, you can sit however far from the TV you want. It's like, I thought that was so cool. Or like when the DS came out and it had a touchscreen, I'm like, this is so freaking awesome. This is next gen technology, bro. Oh shit. I think that's only happened twice this whole stream. Out of the many fights we've been in. I don't know when will be a good stopping point in terms of grinding, but... we're just going. That's what this game's all about anyway. I mean, there's no harm getting more grinding done. It's like, hey, every battle is another battle closer to getting to the max level. And that's ultimately what matters in the end. B. So something I keep forgetting is the name of the town, Aliahan, and the continent is Tantagel, or is it the other way around? I can't quite remember. Or I think the continent has a specific name, but I could be totally wrong. Oh, oh my gosh, I'm so dumb. Aliahan is from Dragon Quest III. Sorry, I'm dumb. Don't listen to me. But that begs the question, what's the name of this dang continent? Like, it is completely slipping my mind. And it's like right on the tip of my tongue, too. I know it's a level in Fortune Street, so like I could totally just look up like Fortune Street levels and get the name, but no, it's time for that. I do. I'm looking it up. Let me go ahead and press through the menus so there's at least music in the background. It is right on the tip of my tongue. What is it? Gosh dang it. Alright, boards. Let's see. Stop moving, dumb app. Alefgard. That's the name of it. I knew it started with an A. It was right on the tip of my tongue, and I just could not think of it. Yeah, this continent's called Alefgard. Yeah, leave it to me to stop a whole damn stream to look up a single name. And researching it from another game, no less. I didn't even bother looking up, well, what's the name of the continent in Dragon Quest I? I just looked up Fortune Street boards, because I know it's a board in Fortune Street, so I had to figure that out. We haven't encountered a prestidigitator yet. Normally those are everywhere around here. I remember that because they gave me a lot of grief when I was streaming the NES version of this game. Alright, I'm gonna grab my water. I'm starting to get thirsty. And water has been grabbed. Like I said, it was not far at all from where I was sitting. There we go. I don't have much left, but yeah, we're in the middle of a stream. I'm not going to bother to refill it right now. I wonder how much gold we'll have by the time we're level 10. Probably a lot. Which is good, because like I said, we need a lot to get the equipment from this next town. I believe the next town is Galenholm. Or Galenholm, however it's pronounced. There we go. My throat's all dry and dehydrated after drinking coffee, so I had to chug a little bit of water to make up for it. I'm really hyped for the remake of Dragon Quest III. That's gonna be freaking awesome. The fact that it's in the Octopath Traveler engine, it's like, it's beautiful. It's a work of absolute art, my friends. I think the dramatic Shakespeare read earlier from when we were talking to NPCs really took a lot of energy out of me. Because I feel real tired now. It's like, ooh, I'm gonna have to do that more later. But, you know, as fun as it is, it's like, boy, I'm tired. Once we hit level 7, I'll check our gold count. Oh shit! An enemy actually dodged for once. That jolted me out of my daze. I'm like, oh wow. Something other than us just killing an enemy in one turn happened. Do we really need a critical hit? We're already so damn strong. Ooh, do you know what I would love for the Switch? A port of Chrono Trigger. That would be badass. It's been so long since I played that game, man. It's so good, though. I just love for them to port all their Super Nintendo RPGs to the Switch. Like, including freaking Earthbound. Oh, Earthbound's a game I haven't played in a long time either. I really want to get back to that one someday. I've been meaning to do a Let's Play for it, because it was like the, it was the first Let's Play I ever finished back on my old channel, but there were so many problems with, like, recording quality, and, like, entire videos were missing, things like that. Like, I'd love to do a full, maybe not a Let's Play for it, but, like, just, I'd love to stream it, and post those streams to YouTube. I mean, I have it on my Wii U, I can totally do it. I just haven't actually played my Wii U in a very long time. You know what else we need? Mother 3. We can't complain to Reggie anymore, though, because he's not the president. So we gotta complain to Doug Bowser. Doug Bowser, give us Mother 3! I still can't believe that the whole Mother 3 thing is so well known that it became a joke in Robot Chicken. I haven't seen that show in many, many years, but I've seen that clip at least. And it just makes me happy to know that the whole Mother 3 begging is freaking widespread like that. It's like, that's funny. Man, I need to get back into the Mother Trilogy. It's been way too long since I played those, and I feel like I would have a whole new appreciation for them now. Because I've been through a lot in life since I last played any of the Mother games. So, like, I feel like I have a new perspective on life in general. I mean, that perspective is very jaded, as it actually took me a long time to get the motivation to play a video game in general today. But still, you get the point. I'm still surprised we haven't encountered a prestidigitator. Prestidigitator. That's the word. I just cannot seem to say it in one go. Oh, that critical hit's real necessary. We have D&D this Friday, and I'm excited. Our last session ended on a cliffhanger, so it's gonna be fun to see where it goes after that. This game's actually a lot like classic D&D in a lot of ways. I think that's the point. Classic D&D was a huge inspiration for a lot of things. So is Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is... I think Lord of the Rings is what inspired D&D. Why was that so off-key? I think it's just my low energy. It's like, It's fine. I mean, I literally started this stream just because I wanted something chill to play, so... I mean, can you really fault me for just having low energy? We're just hanging out. And when you're just grinding, can you really expect to have a whole lot of energy? I'm sure some people would manage, and on a normal day I would too. I'm just tired and I just wanted to hang out and enjoy a video game. And I'm definitely enjoying this one all over again. I will say that. It's been a long time since I played this game, and I'm really liking just getting back into it. Give us more of those, please. Not those, though. Those guys give us nothing. I love playing this on the big screen, because it makes me appreciate it, and imagine what this must have been like back when the game originally came out on the Famicom, and how like grand of an adventure this must have felt to all those new players who saw this and they're like, oh my gosh, like this is an actual quest to save the world, and it's like it's such a big world. And then Dragon Quest II comes around and absolutely blows this game's world map out of the water. And this place just becomes like one minor stop on the journey of this hero's descendants. Can you tell I love these games? I love these games. And even playing it now is like just giving me this, like, it's like warming my heart. It's just such a pleasant experience. And I'm sure I'll feel the same way when I get back to Dragon Quest II as well. I just need to remember to give the game more patience. And like really take my time with it. That's what I'm doing here. It's like, even though battles are going by very quickly, I'm just sitting here and enjoying the game and not worrying too much about getting to our next destination. Also, have I mentioned how much I love the battle backgrounds? They look really nice. Like, it looks like a very well done painting. I just love how colorful this game is in general. Especially given that it's a translation of a game with a very limited color palette. It looks really nice. Sorry about that. I took a sip of water and some of it went down the wrong pipe. Or well, I know that's not what actually happens, but that's just the saying we use. I'm enjoying streaming this because, like, just expressing my thoughts out loud while I play, even though they may be kind of sparse and few and far in between, it's making me really appreciate the game more, if that makes any sense. Because it's allowing me to think more about what I'm playing and just kind of look around and admire the amazing artwork of the game, like the music, the sounds. Sound effect design is not easy, so it's just impressive to see what they can do. Alright, let's see. Oh, strength increased by 5. Dang. No, and we got a new spell. Let's see. Okay, 629, that's not bad. And what are our max stats? Not that much. Again, doesn't warrant to stop at the end yet. And, okay, 450 XP. That's not bad. I do think I'll grind for more gold, though. Because, like I said, the equipment in this next town is quite expensive. But yeah, just playing this game on stream and allowing myself to talk over it really makes me appreciate everything about it more. And I like that it makes me take my time with it, too. I need to remember to bring a reusable bag with me tomorrow when I go to work. Told myself I was going to get some shopping done because we don't have a lot of food in the house, so I want to make sure we do. Wow. All these enemies that are somehow dodging our attacks are kind of surprising me. I'm impressed. It's like, wow, you've managed to survive past the first turn. Like, good on you. Give us deadlier enemies. We need more XP than this. finishing these enemies off real fast. Yeah, I thought we might as well explore out a little more. Doesn't help much since we're still encountering slimes, but you know, like Nanba said in Yakuza, you fight enough slimes and you level up. It's like, it's a slow process, but the whole point of it is that regardless of how long it's taking, you're making progress no matter what, and that's something to be proud of. I think the same can be said for life. Like, you may not be making progress as fast as you want to, but the fact that you're still going is progress alone, and that's something well worth being proud of. That's how I see it. And that's how these games often imitate life, in a way. Or life imitates art, rather. I remember Yuji Horii, the main writer for these games, he said that, not recently, but when the Switch ports of the original Erdrick Trilogy were coming out, he mentioned that life is very much like an RPG, and that, you know, it's difficult, but it's meant to be enjoyed. So, for as difficult as it may seem sometimes, or how slow progress may feel, just enjoy it and stop rushing things. Because when you rush, like, next thing you know, your life's gonna pass right before you, and, you know, if you find that you didn't appreciate things while they were happening, you might realize that you missed a lot. So, take the losses and victories in stride, and just keep moving forward. That's what I think these games often resemble, or represent. It's like, this may be a slow climb, but it's a climb I'm willing to take because I love this game. Same goes for life. Life might be a very slow and difficult grind, but I mean, that doesn't change the fact that I love it and I'm willing to go through the trials to endure it and enjoy it. I don't mean to get all philosophical, but it is something I like thinking about, especially during times of major stress and just general depression and things like that. I think that's why these games are so encouraging. That's another reason why Ichiban probably appreciates them, because he played those games during a very low point in his life, and I feel like those messages that they convey really got to him in a good way. And someone posted about it, about how Ichi appreciates these games so much, and about how when it comes to Dragon Quest, it's like either you get it or you don't. And if you don't, that's perfectly understandable. Like, you keep doing you, man. But for those who do get it, like, and when you play these games, even the ones with archaic grinding and just spending hours trying to perfect the game, you can find something amazing within it, even in the most bare bones of stories. It's like you find something to appreciate. It's like the game makes you the hero, and through that, you learn that it's like, if you can be the hero who saves this fictional world, you can be the hero to save yourself. I don't know, that's cheesy, but you get the point I'm trying to get across. These games parallel life in a lot of ways, and there's a lot of humanity in these games as well. I think that's another draw towards them. It's like the same draw that the Persona games have, just with how much personality and humanity just comes right off the game. It's really nice to see, and if you just live a lonely life, I feel like it makes you feel a little less isolated when you can play games like these. Especially the later ones where you get party members, because then you really aren't alone. In this game, you do play as the sole protagonist, but when you think about it, he's still not alone. Because while he is out here smiting all these monsters, he has all these people backing him up. He has the people who provide him healing items. He has people who give him weapons and armor. He has people who supply magic keys. And he has the king, who makes sure that his story is chronicled and that he has a safe haven to return to at the end of each session of his journey. So the hero may be by himself in battles, but he's not truly alone. And when you think about it that way, that does parallel life a lot as well. It's like, you may be fighting these battles seemingly by yourself, but you've got plenty of people backing you up and supporting you whether you know it or not. It's like, you may convince yourself you're perfectly alone, but, you know, unless you've actively made the choice to not have anyone backing you up and just completely isolate yourself, chances are that you at least have a few people who have your back and want and wish the best for you. Those are just the kind of shower thoughts I get when playing these games. Okay, well, we didn't get as much gold as I thought we did. I'll stop at around 1,000 gold. Let me go ahead and get some water. All this talking is making my throat a little hoarse. And we're about to read more dialogue from NPCs as well, so that won't help much. Yeah, if you're having a hard time in life, I'd honestly really recommend these games. Like, at least try the original trilogy. They're all pretty cheap on the Switch. You can get them on your phone as well if you don't have a Switch or if you just want them for ease of access. Because, I don't know, maybe not everyone will get the same lessons I've taken from these, but these games mean a lot to me, and I feel like even playing them now just kind of gives me this feeling of... It gives me this general feeling that everything's going to be okay. And I really like that in a game. It's like, no matter how desolate things may feel, it's like, you can always fix something. You may not be able to solve everyone's problems, but you can certainly help yourself. And in that, you can end up helping others as well, just as long as you're not overtaxing your own energy. That's the thing when it comes to helping others. You definitely don't want to make it to where, through helping others, you are taking away from yourself. Because if you do that too much, eventually you'll be left with nothing. And what are you supposed to do then? You won't be able to help yourself either. I mean, it's not impossible to come back from that, but it's damn hard to get out of that once you're in that spot. And unless you have people there really backing you up and you know are on your side, it's even harder, man. There's some people who never get out of that, and it sucks. I managed to pull out of it somehow, and each time I don't know how. I honestly couldn't tell you how I do it, but sometimes I just get that kind of confidence, and I think I understand, like, every time that I do have people on my side. Like, every time I look at, like, a messaging app or whatever, and I see the amount of people I've talked to, it's like, these people are my friends, and I love them. It's like, I care about all of them. It's like, I may not talk to them every single day, but it doesn't change how I feel about them. And it's like, it's people I've affected in some way. So it really helps on those days where I feel like maybe if I didn't exist, things would be better. It's like, no. I know that you know, my existence, like, maybe it doesn't have a purpose per se, but through the act of existing, I've done things I wouldn't have been able to do otherwise. It's like I'm a storyteller, I'm able to enjoy amazing video games, I can talk to awesome people. It's like there's so many opportunities you get just through existing that you wouldn't get otherwise. I mean, that's a complicated topic once we start talking about like discrimination as well. Like, I'm white, so I'm very well aware of my white privilege, and I understand that not a lot of people have the luxury of thinking that way. Man, I love this game. Alright, I'm gonna check something real quick. I think I just got a message and I want to respond to it real fast. My phone screen's so messed up. But then again, it could just be because my thumbs are a little sweaty. Yeah, I need to clean off my screen before I can properly type on it. Alright. Oops. Didn't mean to just toss my phone on my remote. And that's fine. I need to update my WiseBot. I like when it shows like the uptime and updates. And I don't think it's showing people's levels yet either. I need to fix that as well. Oh, I finished off my water, I think. Oh, that's sad. You know what, while we're at it, maybe instead of stopping at 1,000 gold, why not just stop when we're level 8? I mean, we're gonna be grinding for a long time anyway, so why not start early? Also, I love the shadows on the cape. It's such a simple design, but it looks so nice. Oh, I forgot how much I loved this game. I'm just sitting here playing it, and I forgot how it's like it sucked me right back in. Like, it's kind of helping me just forget the stresses of reality for a little bit, and that's exactly what a video game's supposed to do. It's like, I forgot how much I enjoy that in a video game. My girlfriend convinced me to give Persona 5 Royal another try. I just haven't been playing it because I've seen the first 60 hours of Persona 5 like 4 times now, so I'm just very burnt out on it. But she finally convinced me to give it another try, and I did for a little while. But then I just decided I wanted to play something more chill. And this came to mind. And now that I'm playing it again, I forgot how quickly enraptured I become in the game's world. Like, it's such a simple game, but I feel like that simplicity is what draws you in. Like, all we're doing is just fighting enemies, and that's pretty much it. Alright, let me change something in my OBS. There we go. I was just removing a source that I never use. I was just thinking, why is it there when we never use it? I'm gonna make that sound every time. That'll get annoying. Like I said, every time. So we just have to avoid running into things. And we've been streaming for only an hour and 45 minutes, and we've already made so much progress in terms of level. Like, we were dealing 2 damage and everything at the beginning, and now we're dealing double-digit damage. That's one thing I love to see about these games. It's like, it consistently feels like you're making progress with all the grinding. Like I was talking about earlier, we may not be getting a lot of XP, but every amount of XP is going towards the same place. Ooh, speaking of which, I want to try getting to max level in my Trails of Cold Steel New Game Plus playthrough. That might be a fun challenge. I hope my yawning isn't contagious for anyone. It probably is, though. And if you yawn, haha, funny. Don't listen to me, I'm just being a jerk. Let me see something. Oh shit. Okay, I was just checking out Twitch to see who's streaming. And freaking Jules is streaming Tony Hawk again. I might need to check those out. I haven't seen his Tony Hawk streams in forever. We'll probably be streaming for a couple more hours, though. I want to see how much progress we can make in this one sitting. I'm committing to the bit. Oh nice, we're at 1,000 gold already. And we're probably gonna need more. I'm not opposed to that though. I really don't mind the grind in these games. Like, especially now that we're streaming it and it's just letting us take our time. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the feeling of consistently trying to get stronger. Because that's what life is. It's a constant uphill battle, and you know, through it we get stronger. We may not always feel like it, but we are at the end of the day. As long as we end the day alive, we're still stronger than when we came out. Or, well, we're still stronger than when we started the day. You know, another thing this is making me excited for is Danganronpa S. Because from what I've seen, it looks like it's a remade version of the post-game from Danganronpa V3, where it's like a Mario Party mixed with Dragon Quest, and it's really fun. And I'm excited to see the more fleshed out version of it, because it looks like, from what I've seen, it looks like you can just encounter enemies on the board, which is really fun, because in the original version of the post-game, you only encountered enemies at the end of each board. So, like, once you made it all the way around, you'd do, like, a quick boss rush. So it's nice to know that you'll be able to encounter enemies more along the way. So I kind of wonder if that means there'll be more of an emphasis on actually gaining levels outside of just gaining levels through doing the board. And if there'll be an XP system instead of, you know, not being one. Because that was my one gripe with it. There's a dungeon crawler mode where the stats you gain from the Mario Party mode carry over, and you use those characters in a dungeon crawler. But you couldn't gain XP from enemies. The only things you can really grind for are materials to craft equipment. Which is grinding for something, and it's progression in a way. But still, it kind of sucked to be locked at a certain level. So I do hope they add an XP system like that, where you can actually grind for levels. From what I've seen, it looks like Danganronpa S is basically going to be its own game, so it's not just going to be some post-game. It's probably going to have, like, it's going to probably be fully fleshed out in comparison to what it was originally. Now that I'm hearing the music, I kind of wonder whether or not it's MIDI or actual orchestra. I think it's MIDI, but part of me is convinced that there are real instruments in there. Let me turn the music up. Yeah, it sounds like MIDI. I think the vibrato on the flute kind of made me feel like it was a live instrument. God, this song's so good. Yeah, those are definitely MIDI strings. I just wanted to like listen for it and see how it actually sounded. I'll also listen for it during the battle theme as well. Alright, let's hear it. Ooh. This version of the theme is so good. It's like you rarely get to hear the full song, so it's like just sitting here listening is a really nice change of pace. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure this version of the song has like another part, and it doesn't just loop like the original did. Oh, it's so good. I do not respect Koichi Sugiyama as a person, but god damn, his music's good. Jeez, it's only gonna be 92 tomorrow? That's awesome! We've had a massive heat wave on the West Coast, so it's been a nice change of pace to get anything below like 100. Oh, it's so sinister sounding. I like it. It's so cinematic sounding. Oh, I love it. It's been so long since I've just listened to the battle theme. Because I'm so used to it just being a short loop, because that's what it was in the NES version. So I never bothered just sitting there to listen to the whole song. That's some good shit though. They really did despite the fact that it's a MIDI orchestra, it sounds so good. I feel like it's been very long since I freaked out over the music of a game this much and like truly appreciated every element of it. Man, everything about these games just have, you can tell they've I can fanboy about this game for ages. There's so much life put into it. Like the artwork, the music, the gameplay itself, like while simple, it works. It really, really works. Oh, that timpani at the beginning of the song, that or is more appropriate because timpani is pitched percussion, not unpitched. So saith the amateur music composer. I've been composing music for years, but I still definitely consider myself an amateur. I have not gotten much practice in recent years. How funny would it be if, like, the one fight we get up to level 8 is against a slime? Not even a she slime, just a regular old slime that gives us 1 XP. I think that'd be really funny. Now that I think about it, I feel like the original Dragon Quest is like the main game I've streamed on my Twitch channel. Because, I mean, there are games that I've streamed more consistently, like the original Persona. Trails of Cold Steel 2 is another example. But this is the one game I've come to revisit multiple times. Like, I think it was the first game I ever streamed, like, way back in 2015, I think it was. Because, like, I think I started streaming when I got out of high school. So, I think I started with the NES version, and then I eventually did Dragon Quest V as well. I didn't play much of that, though, because I reached a certain point where I was just stuck, but... and then, that's when I started branching out more in terms of the kind of games I streamed. I think Danganronpa was my next focus, if I recall correctly. So it went the original Dragon Quest, then Dragon Quest V. I think I played a Final Fantasy game here and there, and then I played the original Persona next, and then that's when I started playing Danganronpa more, and I played those games on stream for a while, and then after that I just kind of started doing variety streams where I just played whatever I wanted. And it's been a while since I really focused on a game. I was playing Trails of Cold Steel 2 pretty consistently, but then the heat wave started and we lost to AC, so it was just really uncomfortable, and I was putting more energy on focusing on just surviving the heat wave than on anything else, so I just didn't really get much done in the way of creative work. But now we have AC back, and the heat wave is still here, but it's calmed down significantly. So I feel like I can tolerate the heat enough to be able to stream more. I'm just making sure our thermostat isn't turned down too low, because I don't want it to overheat like it did. Because apparently, the story of what happened with our AC was that the motor got so hot that it just completely got shot, and the guy we had come and take a look at it said that it was so hot he couldn't even touch it. So they were going to have to go get a new motor for us, but, you know, with the heat wave here on the West Coast being as bad as it is, everyone is out of everything. So they'd have to get a new one manufactured for us, and said we weren't slated to get a new motor until, like, the end of August. So by then, the heat probably would have been over. So I just kind of resigned myself to dealing with the heat until everything was done. But we somehow got lucky enough for them to have found a single motor in their warehouse. A single motor. There's no others. And we got real damn lucky, and they were able to install it. I am going to be forever thankful for that, and I'm never taking our central air system for granted ever again. Although I said that when I moved to Cincinnati as well, because in both the places we lived in Cincinnati, there was no central heating or cooling, so we moved there in the winter, and our room was really cold. Like, the first night we slept there, I was freezing. I think I woke up with the cold, and we had to use a space heater. And then the second place we lived, the air, like, it was an apartment complex, and you weren't allowed to turn the heating or cooling on until a certain time of the year. And that wasn't until right before we were about to leave. So it was starting to get warmer outside, and the last night we spent there, we got to turn the AC on. But every other night before then, nope. So that made me realize, you know what? We have it pretty great here in Oregon. And I appreciate it more now than I think I ever have. Sorry, I'm just checking on something. Alrighty. The fight to level 8 is a long struggle, but it will be well worth it. I don't remember, do we learn a new spell at level 8? I guess we'll find out when we get there. I think we learned a new spell at level 7, so I don't anticipate that being the case. But still. Playing this kind of makes me want to make a very simple RPG Maker game, where it's like, you know, a limited number of protagonists, like maybe even just one character. And it's just a game like this, where you go around grinding to progress, but like, with a heavier emphasis on story. So it's like, the objective may be simple, but there's like some more complicated stuff going on in the background. I think I'd like that. It would be a nice preliminary game while I'm working on my main one, which will take many years to finish, because first off, there are 17 playable characters, each with their own unique abilities. And secondly, the story is based after a book trilogy I wrote when I was a kid, and therefore is going to be a very long story. Because it's 3 books combined into one game, so that's going to be a lot of words, my dudes. I need to sit up straighter. I didn't realize it, but I've been like craning my neck, probably to get closer to the mic. Let me point the mic closer to me. That should be better. I hope it's better, at least. It looks like it's okay on the audio balancing in OBS. Man, it's gonna be hard to resist playing this game outside of streaming. Because playing this again, like I said, it just kind of pulled me back into the world. Like, it's been so long since I've been dragged into a video game world like this. Maybe that's another reason why I need to get back into Xenoblade. I've been really thinking about the Xenoblade series a lot lately, and I've been listening to a lot of Xenoblade 2 music. I mean, you saw at the beginning of the stream, like if you were there for it, or if you're watching this on YouTube and you saw, we were listening to a compilation of relaxing Xenoblade music, or Xenoblade 2 music. And it just makes me want to get back into the series. I beat the original Xenoblade recently, but I haven't touched New Game Plus yet. I haven't played Future Connected yet either. I've played a little bit of it, but I just kind of lost interest after a little while. I think it's because I was burnt out on Xenoblade, because I was playing it, like, 10 hours a day back when I was unemployed. So I played a lot of it, and I got very done with it. Also, we reached level 8. Let's see, what do we get? Strength up, agility up, resilience up. Okay, no new spell, but you know what, that's fine. Let's check on our max stats. Okay, I feel like we'd benefit from staying at the end now. Alright, we have new NPCs to talk to. Brave wanderer, wilt thou hear a song? Excellent. And as Emil likes to always say, it's Seinfeld. I thank thee, friend. Were it not for lovers of music such as thee, my quest to emulate the legendary bard Galen would lose all meaning. Oh, I love music, my friend. Welcome, wanderer, to the storied settlement of Galenholm. And you know what? Yeah, let's stay at the end real quick. 6 gold? Yeah, I think that's the same cost as it is over in Tantagel. Alright. Oh, that's a tree. Alright, let's see. What can we get? So Iron Axe is the next big weapon we can get. And then Chainmail. And an Iron Shield. So let's start with getting the, you know what, I feel like defense is my higher priority. So let's go ahead and get the Iron Shield. And then next... Yeah, we can't even afford the Iron Axe now, so let's get the Chainmail. And then let's go ahead and sell our old equipment. Alright, sounds good to me. Thou art come from Tantagel? Then surely thou didst espy a cavernous shrine on thy journey here. 'Tis said 'twas built to honor the name of the mighty hero Erdrick. Okay, so if it was built to honor him, chances are that it has some sort of magical protection on it. Long, long ago, when the great bard Galen did at last bring his wanderings to an end, 'twas here that he did settle. Thus did the town which sprang up around his dwelling come to be known as Galenholm. That makes sense. Thou knowest of the cause of his majesty's woe, dost thou not? Well, I did chance to espy the culprits. Who? Why, the foul fiends that did bear off the Princess Gwaelin. Eastward did they fly, ever eastward. Is there none in this realm with courage enough to go to her rescue? There is. Then I bid thee bear word to this brave soul, whomsoever it may be. Tell him the princess was taken to the east. Alright, well, thanks for letting me know. Alright, and now, let's go ahead and get some more items. Let's get another medicinal herb. Let's actually get a few of them. Because we're going to be going dungeon crawling pretty soon. Alright, and I think it maxes out at 7. Or not. Or how many do we have? Okay, yeah. There we go. We hit the max. So let's go ahead and buy a spare torch. Okay. And that should be all we can do in this town for now. Okay, 6 medicinal herbs is the max. Got it. Alright, well, we're a fair level. I'd say it's about time we head eastward. Or actually, you know what we should do? We should grind for the next weapon. I know it's going to take a while, but I mean, we did just spend forever getting the money we needed for the new equipment we just got. So I think it'll be worth the grind. What if we just did the grinding up to level 9? That would probably take another hour or so, but I mean, I'm determined enough to do it. Like, even if it's as slow a climb as it's been, I really don't mind it. Although, I think we're at a high enough level that we can cross the bridge and grind the enemies over there. But for now, I think, let's stop by the King's Castle and save real quick. I don't think we need to worry about saving, since if you die, you're just brought back to him anyway, and you don't lose, like, XP or anything. I think you do lose money, though, but still. Boom. Alright. Yeah, 481 points of experience. That's going to be a little while. Okay, I was level 21 when I beat it. Alright. Well, challenge accepted to try getting the max level next time. Gotta commit to the bit. Alright, now we travel eastward. After fighting numerous enemies on the way. And now we have a goal to shoot for. So, another 400 or something XP. That'll leave us at about 1200 something. Alright, time to cross the bridge. New territories. And we're fighting a Shisan. What a great intro to the new territory. Oh, well, it's because we're on the same side. We have to cross this next bridge in order to get to the new territory. I forgot about that. I guess the overworld map isn't as small as I originally remembered. There we go. Ha, Dracolite. That's a clever name. So now we're going to start encountering stronger enemies over here. And appropriately, getting more XP. If I recall, I think there's like a town hidden somewhere over here. Oh, or maybe not. Here is a prestidigitator. I'll get your guys' name right one day. You give us a lot of gold, that's for sure. Let's see, I don't think there's anything up here, but we might as well explore, because why not? And I think this is taking us back to the original territories, so we're going to be fighting weaker enemies over here. But that's fine. Literally every enemy we fight is another enemy towards progress. Oh yeah, I think we have to come here someday. Thou art Jacob, art thou not? Word of thy quest to defeat the Dragon Lord hath reached even unto this far-flung place. Alas, thy foe is blessed with strength beyond reckoning, and I cannot suffer thee to go to thy certain doom. Therefore thou must first be tested. Somewhere in this world there is a harp, unto whose melody the beasts of the wild do flock as moths to a flame. Bring me this curious instrument, and the staff of rain shall be thine. Alright. We have an objective. We gotta bring this strange harp to this old man, and he'll give us one of the items we need to go and fight the Dragon Lord. How much? Okay, yeah, we've still got a long way to go before we have the gold we need. I think we needed like 560 gold to get that axe. Oh shit, a scorpion. Hello. I was gonna say, I believe these guys have high defense. Doesn't matter when we're hitting them with a critical hit. Oh, there's the town. I feel like the prestidigitator is supposed to be holding a staff based on the position of its left hand. So I don't know, like, it can't be a censorship thing. That wouldn't make sense. Good day, friend. Thou hast found thy way to the humble village of Cole. Prithee, stranger, tarry a while and hear the news of the village. Yonder housewife goeth by the name of Claire. Her husband did depart in search of magic keys, and hath yet to return. But what manner of man must he be to leave such a beauty to wallow in solitude and woe? Men. Good question. I must not bemoan my lot. My beloved husband possesseth great dreams. Far be it from me to hinder them. Aww. Okay, so I'm gonna assume you have... Oh, he has an iron axe too. He has better armor as well. So the sword of legend is not to be found in this establishment either. Now that I do think upon it, 'twould be strange for such treasure to be bought and sold as if 'twere a common commodity. Yes, it would indeed. Knowest thou of Rimuldar? Our merchant there doth ply a trade in keys. Oh, really? We may have to keep an eye out for that. What's this? The fairy flute. Let's see, what does that do? A flute fashioned by the ancient fairy folk. Alright. Lo, thou art fair indeed. Will thou sample the sensual puff puff for a mere 20 coins? I mean, we have the money for it. Let's see what'll happen. Okay, does it do anything to our stats like it does in other games? I don't think so. Oh, plain clothes. We don't need those, but we can sell them. Yeah, no, let's go ahead and sell the plain clothes so we can go ahead and get the seed. Alright, let's go ahead and use that. I think it just permanently increases our strength. Yeah, hang on, let's see, what's our strength now? Okay, 29. Okay, just increased by 1. And that's fine. Whoops. Brave Jacob, bearer of the blood of Erdrick, hero of legend, know that thy weapon will not serve to vanquish the Dragon Lord. The sword of thine ancestor remaineth still in this land. Seek it out, and let it cleanse our realm of evil once more. I will keep that in mind. Well, let's go back in, because we weren't done exploring yet. Locks, child, thine is a face fit for only the fairest of maidens. I do not doubt that thou art an uncommonly happy young fellow. Alright. Oh my gosh. Of course he's dreaming of it. And it doesn't look like we can get him there yet. We need a magic key to get him there. Well, we'll keep that place in mind then. I want to know what that fairy flute does. I think maybe we can do something with it in the desert? I don't recall. Now let's try using it right now. So we just know how to play the flute? Oh, it can't be used right now. Okay. I do believe the dungeon past that poison swamp is our destination. But, of course, we want to go ahead and start grinding for the new equipment. And what better place to do it than right here? Because apparently, the town of Cole, or whatever it's called, sells the weapon we need. As well as better armor, for that matter. I feel like there was something in this desert. I could be mixing up RPGs in my head, but I feel like there was something here. Well, we're fighting an enemy that it takes more than one hit to kill. I mean, it gives us plenty of XP and gold, though, so that's good. It's interesting that they moved the location of the prestidigitators, though. Like, maybe did they think that it would be too difficult to have them in the starting area of the continent? I mean, I can understand wanting to make this game more accessible, because the original game is definitely pretty brutal. Okay, we got 519 gold. We're getting there. Man, the way the sand is painted is so good. Like, just those gradient shadows, it looks amazing to me. And the fact that there's like a little crater in the sand, like there's something made an impact. Oh, it's so good. Like I said, like I love all the little details in these games. Because, like, no matter how you may view these games, like, even if they're just ports, they still put attention to detail in them. Because, I mean, it's freaking Square Enix, man. Like, they may rush some stuff, but they do pay attention to the details. At least as much as they can. I do not mind fighting these scorpions, honestly. I feel like we have a fair enough amount of defense to handle them perfectly fine. But I do remember in the NES version, I remember them giving us a ton of trouble. Oh shit, that guy actually dodged our attack. Wow, a fight that took 3 turns. It's like now we're starting to get into the good stuff. Okay, hey, we have enough gold for the new weapon. Let's head back to town and grab it. Boom. Boom. I think I remember in the original version of the game, there was like a there was an NPC here that gave you a hint as to where that fairy flute was because it didn't have that shining mark. It's like, oh, so and so amount of paces to the left, you'll find an item. Alright, yeah, let's go ahead and grab this iron axe. And let's sell our previous weapon. Boom. And let's get back to grinding. Now we should be dealing even more damage. I feel like the real test will be against Scorpion, since those guys have so much defense. Compared to a lot of the other enemies around here anyway. And of course, now that we're actually wanting to get into a fight with a scorpion, the game's not going to give it to us. Well, hey, we can fight these guys. These guys are pretty tough. Nice. I mean, it still took 2 turns, but that's alright. We'll get better as we start leveling up around here. I think I'll wait until we get to level 10, or we get around over 3,000 gold, whichever comes first, because there's some new equipment in that town up north that I want to make sure we can grab. These guys hit it kind of hard. Ooh, wow, that was 5 damage. I might need to heal this turn. There we go. Yeah, that's another reason why I want to make sure we can get more defensive equipment. And another reason why I don't mind all the grinding. Oh boy. It's not that late, but I'm definitely getting tired. I'd meant to take a nap earlier today, but I just kind of got distracted, so I just never did. So I'm probably more tired than usual right now. I'm still enjoying the hell out of this game, though. Because like I said, just playing this is bringing me back to how much I can get absorbed by the worlds of these games. It's so good. I might even drop back into Dragon Quest XI after this. Oh, sorry, my hand was itching. Let's see, what are we at in terms of... Oh wow, we're actually pretty close to our next level up, if I recall correctly. We're definitely closer than we originally were. This is definitely the place to do our grinding for this point in the game. I might even do a little bit more grinding past level 10 here. I think once we reach our next level, I'm going to try the fairy flute here in the desert and see if that does anything. Maybe I need to stay here to the east side of the continent. Or not. I was going to say because it seems that's where we're getting all the strong enemies, but no, we're still encountering ghosts even in this desert. Oh wow, he dodged. I must admit, I'm pretty surprised, young ghost. Hang on, I'm gonna go check on something. Oh, well, hey, we got a level up. Let's see, what do we get out of level 9? Strength up by 4. Ooh, the glow spell. I think that makes it, that's the spell we use in order to Yeah, we don't need torches anymore. Alright, I'm gonna check something outside real quick. Because according to the air quality index, I think the air quality is low right now. Or high? I don't know. Let me see. I want to see if it's smoky outside. Doesn't look too bad. And now that I'm up, might as well take a quick stretch break. That feels nice. Alright, back to the grind. Wait. Oh shit, starting off strong. Look at that damage. I mean, I still killed you in one shot, but you sure impressed me. You dealt more damage than all the other enemies around here. Thank goodness for a high agility, because otherwise those guys would probably be dealing quite a bit of damage if they got to go first. You know what, since we don't need torches anymore, you know what, I'll actually sell one when we next go to town. Or I'll just sell both of them. Or you know what, I'll keep one, so that way we don't end up using too much MP. Oh, we're killing scorpions in one shot now? Okay. That's a nice increase in strength. Have I expressed enough how much I love this game? I love this game. I love this whole series, man. It's just so magical. It's definitely not the most exciting game to watch on stream, but it's a game I enjoy playing. I mean, there's a reason I've definitely streamed it multiple times. But I feel like this will have been the most amount of progress we've made in one of these streams, so that's nice. Not sure how much XP it'll take to get to the next level, but it'll probably take a bit. That last level up took a little over 400 XP to get there. So I assume the amount of XP to get to the level 10 has jumped up quite a bit. I mean, it is level 10, it's like the first benchmark number, I think. If max level's 30, that means we'd be a third of the way through the amount of levels we need to get to max. Hello, spooky, scary skeleton. That's a lot of damage. But you know what I have that you don't? Healing spells. My brain just went full on, no thoughts, head empty. I'm spacing out the more I play. I mean, there's not much to say right now. I've said all I really need to say about the game, like, in the current moment. Right now, it's just a matter of getting the money and XP we need to progress. I do want to make sure we're nice and over-leveled for the first quote-unquote boss fight, because I remember that fight actually proving to be quite a challenge. Oh yeah, I said I'd use the fairy flute here once we got to our next level. Okay. I was just curious. I legitimately felt like there was something we could do here. Okay, we're at a fair amount of gold now. We'll probably reach level 10 before we reach 3,000 gold. Ooh, that was a lot of damage. We're dealing damage in the 20s now. Yeah, check that out. That's progress. I feel like I need to play video games with headphones more, because I think that's part of why I'm getting so immersed. It's like being able to hear the music directly in my ears and not having the fan interrupt too much. It's definitely proving more of an immersive experience than usual. I'm excited to get back to Dragon Quest II, because that game's soundtrack is really good. Like, I'm remembering the overworld theme, and it was like it has like 3 different overworld themes, and they're all really good. One of them is actually the same overworld theme from this game, because you get to come back to this continent here. And, a continent of which I forgot the name of already, but you know what, we looked at it earlier, so it's fine. You come back here and it's the same music. It's like a nice blast to the past. You know, with the amount of gold we've been earning, it does make me wonder whether or not we'll see level 10 before we reach 3,000 gold. Because we're getting a fair amount. Like, check that out. We're already almost 2,000. Ooh, that hurt. Not as much as it did last time, though, so that's good. Bam, bam. Didn't realize we ran into the mountain that many times. How to get a concussion that way. Man, I'm craving more coffee, but I know that drinking more would be a bad idea. 2 cups is like my max. I need more than that and I start getting all jittery and anxious. Oh, restored to 40. Nice. Yeah, not a whole lot of talking in this latter half of the stream, but I'm content with that. The whole point of this was just for a nice, chill, classic JRPG experience, and that's what we're getting here today. It's a nice, pleasant experience where we're just hanging out and enjoying the classic grind that accompanies playing these games. Oh, we're almost at 2000 XP. Nice. I forgot how fun RPGs were when you just play them to take your time and not just to rush to the end. Like, it truly is more fun when you're more focused on the journey than the destination. I need to play more games with that mindset. I feel like part of the reason why I haven't been enjoying video games as much is just my nature to want to get to the end. Because it takes a long time for me to beat video games these days. Oh, fizzle. I mean, it won't show here, but... yeah, that's fine. I think that prevents enemies from casting spells, if I recall correctly. Let's check. Yeah, okay. So it basically renders enemy spells ineffective. That'll be useful later on. Like, especially once we start fighting more enemies that pose a threat with their magic. I still don't think we're at 2,000 gold yet, though. Yeah. It'll be a long climb, but again, that's something I'm okay with. That is kind of the point of this game. Like, the challenge is getting everything, but I find fun in that challenge, you know? Here. Man, our first hit dealt quite a bit of damage to that guy. We may need to heal after this fight. And if we use heal 2 more times, I think we'll go and stop by the inn. Oh wow, I'm surprised we didn't run into the mountain there. I feel like I moved the analog stick too late, but apparently it was just the right time. Ghost dodged. Alright. That's fine. I feel like we always hit that one corner. Ow. Well, that second hit of his did not do much damage, nor did that hit. Got a fair amount of XP for that. Oh, not bad, we're almost at 2,300. And we're getting our way to 3,000 gold. We'll be there soon enough. Nice. Ooh, we only have 500 more gold before we reach 3,000. So something I'm curious about. Are the ghosts bald under their hats, or do they have, like, a head of hair that they're never showing? These are the important questions we must be asking. Man, yeah, check that out. Almost 3,000 gold. We're so dang close, guys. Ooh. Wiped that guy out in one shot. I like it. We're slowly getting closer to our goal. Slowly, but surely. And I think we're gonna need more than 3,000 golds to get all the equipment we want. I'll double check it when we're over there. Alright, let's go ahead and use heal one more time. I think we have enough MP to... Yeah, we can use it 2 more times. Wow, what a turn. Alright, I think I'm gonna go ahead and start heading back towards the king. Because we can definitely... Whoops. This way just leads back to that shrine. Because I feel like we've made enough progress for one stream tonight. We've gone for about 3 hours. That's like the target stream time. So we'll return back to the king, getting interrupted with battles every few steps. Case in point. Although these are weak boys, so it's going to take us no time to fight them. And we're not going to bother crossing the poisonous swamp. Because while it is technically a shortcut, I feel like it's not worth just crossing it. Because you're just willingly taking damage, and for what? Just like a little shortcut? We'll stop by the inn in town first, make sure we're all healed up for the next time we go grinding. Nice cheap sleep. See how much XP to the next level. Oh, that's actually not too far. We'll level up in no time. Such a good game. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys again tomorrow night.